You spent hours and hours building up your argument. You know your intended audience, and you're ready to blow their socks off, ready to persuade using your rhetorical tools. So, what's the next step? Turning your written argument into a persuasive speech. But wait, can't you just take all of your paragraphs from your argumentative essay and copy and paste them into a slide? Voila, presentation. Add in a few funky transitions, maybe some word art, paste in some cute clip art of puppies, and then you're all done, right? Wrong. We've all had to sit through boring presentations, ones where we have to keep pinching ourselves to make sure the presenter doesn't catch onto the fact that they lost us at the first slide. A presentation that drags on for 20 minutes because the minimum was 5, but the presenter wanted to go above and beyond. Or maybe the presenter is literally just reading each word on the slide. You haven't even seen the presenter's face since he began. The fact that he's turned around has also made it difficult to hear. And frankly, not even the presenter is engaged in his own presentation. That has to leave you thinking, there's got to be a solution. There has to be, right? How can you engage your audience and provide a thought provoking, persuasive speech? What format exists that you could possibly put it in? Voila! The solution, a Pecha Kucha. Pecha Kuchas are presentations set to automatic times consisting of 20 eye-catching images that auto-advance at 20 seconds. The presenter is limited to this time, otherwise the images won't connect to what they're saying. This is what you are going to be creating. But before you begin creating your own presentation, check out the rubric on the class website to ensure you're aware of the requirements. Compile a list of questions or concerns to bring to the class. Remember, your question may be one that a classmate has as well. Next, you're going to create a rough outline of what your slides might focus on. How can you split your presentation up into 20 separate ideas that are cohesive and build on each other? What do you need to include to make sure your audience is persuaded? In your outline, you should also include ideas for potential images that will connect to the topic you will be discussing at that time. Remember, we're working on persuasive techniques, so maybe you choose images that connect emotionally to the topic you're discussing on each slide. When you begin your search for images, look for clear and crisp images. Since the image is going to take up the entire presentation board, it's important that they're not blurry. Also, look for images that are labeled for reuse. You don't want to break any copyright laws. Once you're ready, you're going to head over to PowerPoint. Initially, create 20 blank slides. Add your images. Each image should take up the entirety of the slide. In this case, it's okay to use a slide that includes a single quote or a single word, but these slides should be limited. Using the transition tool in PowerPoint, ensure that each slide, when in presentation mode, will auto-advance after 20 seconds. This will prevent you from having to time yourself and will appear much more professional. Now that you've got your slides ready, you're probably starting to get scared. What if you mess up? What if you don't remember what to say? What if your peers laugh at you? What if, what if, what if? Great news! There is something you can actually do. Practice, 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 and then when you think you're ready, practice again. Don't just practice in front of a mirror, although that's maybe where you start. Practice in front of your dog, your neighbor, your parents. Make sure that you try to give yourself an authentic audience. Don't forget to practice making eye contact with your audience as well. But make sure you do so in a way that's natural and not creepy. Don't lock eyes with just one person each time you're presenting. Scan the room. Look for a familiar face. Maybe occasionally look at your image to point out a certain detail. Take control of the floor, too. Use the space given to you. Make sure your feet aren't stuck to just one spot. And give your arms some natural movement. Use them for emphasis. This will also keep the audience more engaged throughout your entire presentation. Now that you've practiced, you've got the confidence to be a presentation superhero. Gone are the days of being scared to present or bored during presentations. With your Pecha, you're going to rock it. And your audience will be pleasantly surprised. They'll be more invested in what you're actually presenting, making your presentation more successful. You'll be able to achieve your purpose. Thanks for watching. Do you still have questions? Still unsure of what to do next? Make sure you bring a list of all of your questions to the next class. I hope this helped, and I'm looking forward to watching all of your Pecha in class.